Hello and welcome to yet another yapping. It's Sunday. Let's talk about empty phrases or words. Well, you know what that is, right? I mean, you have one standard phrase that I totally despise. It's even worth its own yapping, so I'm not getting into it by now. But you know what it says, right? We have some special ones here in Sweden. The ball is round. I have no idea what it's really supposed to be meaning, and since you Americans out there, your ball isn't always round, so you have to be probably saying the soccer ball is round or the handball is round or something like that. I think the original meaning about this is anything can happen. But that's also some empty phrases that we all know that, right? We know that. Or life goes on. That's just a phrase that you say because you need to say something, right? But we all know that life goes on. I could just as well say we will all die. That's also a phrase we don't need. It's totally empty. Now, I have some personal haters. Not haters, I don't like to hear them and I don't like to use them, but I do. I have one special one that I know that I say a lot. I do it immediately. No, I will not do it immediately. I will probably not do it this week. I will check if I can plan it, but not. And there is one actually that is also more or less the same. I will look into it at once. No, I won't. You just gave me that file or paper and I will put it in a pile of other file and papers that I haven't been looking into at all at once. It's an empty phrase. It doesn't mean anything. We have election year in Sweden. Yay! September 9th we are going to the ballots and I have no idea what I'm going to vote for. But we have these posters up that says a lot. No, it doesn't really, no. They don't say anything about them. And there are a couple of these empty phrases. We call them floskler, by the way. One is, Sweden must stick together. Yes, Sweden must stick together. I have no idea what they mean by that. Which Sweden? Which part of Sweden? Which Sweden should... Is it the Swedes that should stick together? Or is it only the country that's going to stick together? Well, it's not drifting apart, so it's no big deal as that. So I'm not totally sure. I think, but this is just what I think, because of the thing, the party that has been putting up these, they say that the Swedes should stick together against the immigrants. It's because it's a former Nazi party, so probably. But they don't say that. Instead, they do an empty phrase saying, Sweden must stick together. But there is another one, the Christian party, who is doing the same thing. You should be able to trust Sweden. You should be able to trust Sweden. Which part of Sweden do they mean? Do they mean the state themselves? We should trust Swedish politicians? Because Sweden as a country, we've always been trusted on Sweden. It's always there. And we've been living here for ages, most of us. You should be able to trust Sweden. I have done that all my life, and that's something that we automatically do because we don't have any choice. I think that's a funny one. Right. Now, there are some things that are going on among the different corporations here and there. They are talking about openness, transparency. What they mean about that is nothing, of course. They're not going to be more transparent than they were last year. It's all about making people believe that they are more transparent. Then we have a special word in Sweden. I don't know if you have anything like this, but it's the value ground. It's the ground foundation for values. We have value foundation. Well, I'm not foundation of values. That's more like it. Nobody knows what it means. But if you say that your company has a foundation of values, then you are more believable as a company. Totally wrong. Totally wrong. Totally wrong. Now, the start of this, and I know that because I've been a teacher, it started in school. It's about having the foundation of values against each other. It's about the human rights of being a man. That's what it's all about. But no. The foundation of values shall be implemented. Haven't you done that already? You should have, right? I mean, come on. We are in 2018. Where are you? We started to implement these foundation of values back in 2002. Oh dear, oh dear. Yet another thing that I don't like, but this is not really an empty phrase, but for me it is. Human resources. Or as they tend to call it here in Sweden, HR. I don't think there is any human resources. I don't like to be a resource. I like to be a human being. Thank you very much. I hate that phrase. And then we have the normal ones. Think outside the box. Why should there be a box to start with? Why not have it open world? At the end of the day? What the heck does that mean? That's actually more a foreign word because we don't use it. At the end of the day? Well, that's nice. Take things to the next level. If you're a company, then you probably have some sort of a game coming on, and we have level up. No, I don't think so. Taking things to the next level. Shouldn't we all stride towards the next step? Well, I don't know. Then you have something that I totally dislike. Without further ado. By adding yet another 3 words, you are making it take even longer till we get to the point. Instead of getting to the point, you are trying to make sure that we are listening to what you have to say until you... And then without further ado, let's start. Well, why didn't you do that in the first place? I didn't like that. And then we have another word that is totally meaningless, and you have it in English and we have a similar one in Swedish, like. And I like, and like I was doing something and I didn't know what to do, like, and come on, you don't need that word. In Sweden we have ba, and I ba, and he ba, and then ba, we ba, and ba. It sounds like you had no vocabulary whatsoever. Please. Well,